A pleasant day, everyone. We are the third group of the SIT 1C, and we're going to discuss some of the topics from our subject IT 103, or Data Structures and Algorithms, which is about array data structure. But first, who are we? We are the team Paro Paro G. And the first member is me, Nazal Angelou R. Asuncion. And the second member is Sarina Joy Panyo, and Janeline E. Macarilay, Michael Angelo Del Prado, J.P. Geronimo, and Sean Bryant Navarro. And now let's proceed to our first reporter.
What is array? Using array in general term, array means an arrangement of something with a particular type. For example, an arrange of eggs in a box. Ang array po ay isang collection ng mga item na naimbak sa magkadikit na lokasyon ng memorya. Ang ideya ay mag-imbak ng maraming item ng parehong uri ng magkasama. Pinapadali po nitong kalkulahin ang posisyon ng bawat elemento sa pamamagitan lamang ng pagdaragdag ng offset sa isang base value. Ibig sabihin, ang lokasyon ng memorya ng unang elemento ng array, karaniwang tinutukoy ng pangalan ng array example, yung sa egg, di ba po pa naglalagay po siya ng dapat maayos po ang arrangement para hindi po basta-basta nalagay and yung array is variable that can store multiple values. Okay, Sean? Next.
What is data structure? A data structure is a form that is used to organize, process, retrieve, and store data in a certain way. There are a variety of data structures, both simple and complicated, that are all used to organize data for a certain purpose. Data structure po is a simple language. The data structure are structure programmed to store order data so that various operations can be performed on it easily. It represents the knowledge of data to be organized in memory. It should be designed and implemented in such a way it is reduce the complexity and increase the efficiency. Nakikita nyo naman po sa example na picture niyan, it is dito po yung kulay blue po na box. Diyan po siya nag-organize and magre-restore ng data or retrieve. Dito naman po sa kulay orange na box, nakita po ninyo kung paano dumalo yung data, and then dito naman po sa peach na kulay peach na boxes, para makita niyo po dito na nag-abuo na siya ng process ng data at nag-connect na siya. And that's all. And next, Sarina.
In data structures, arrays aid in the resolution of complex issues, such as the longest consecutive subsequence program, as well as simple chores such as grouping similar items in ascending order. In this case, the idea is to accumulate a large number of similar items. So arrays are fixed in size. So before creating an array, we have to pick first on how big the array is gonna be. But why do we have to do that? So it's because if the user input the integer greater than the number of indices, it will return an error. And an indices or index is a number that tells the position of an element in the given array. Also, in an array, elements in memory are arranged in continuous memory. All the elements of array are of the same type, and the type of elements that can be stored in the form of arrays are determined by the programming language. And now let's look at the example. So the boxes are the arrangement of collections, and what's inside of each boxes has only one type, which is number. As I mentioned earlier, all the elements of the array are of the same type. These numbers, which is inside the box, represents as the elements, and its general type is numbers, while these boxes represents as the index or indices. The limit of the index here is only 8, since it is a zero-based counting, but this limit can increase if the number of elements increase, since it is a continuous memory. Next, Angelo.
Thank you very much, Sarina. Now let's go to types of arrays. Our first type is one-dimensional array. You can imagine an one-dimensional array as a row where elements are stored one after another, which means one-dimensional array is more of a flat. Can you imagine na flat na yung yung array natin na isang line lang, one line lang. So compared po sa example ni Sarina, meron siyang tatlong index na magkakatabi. Yun po is another example which is mamaya po i-discuss. Pero yung atin po is one-dimensional array. Ganito po yung example. One line lang po. One index lang. And ito po yung elements of array na nagsistore ng is one type of data lang. For example po dito is integers. And this another example here. I mean, ito po yung elements and index ng one-dimensional array. Now next, JP.
Multi-dimensional array in Python. Ang multi-dimensional array in Python is, ito po yung meron po siyang the two-dimensional array. It has the more than one row and the columns of the elements. It has two-dimensional array of size X and Y, since like yung sa table po means X no of rows and Y no of columns. This matrix is called as the multi-dimensional array. Yun lang. Next. Ito po yung two-dimensional arrays. Based po dyan sa nakita po nyo ng example na yan, di pa po may columns yan, saka may rows. Yan po is yung rows po niya is, rows is yung column po niya is 3. Sabay dito naman po sa kabila is yung column po niya is parang paras lang po nung sa isang example. May 4 po siya na rows, saka is yung columns po niya is 4. At ang two-dimensional arrays po is ito po yung parang yung nasa ano lang po, nasa multi-dimensional arrays. Yung parang more than one row po siya, sabay may columns po siya na merong mga elements na nakalagay sa loob. Next, Jen.
So thank you, JP. So the three-dimensional arrays, you can imagine it like a cuboid. Ano to? Cuboid made up of smaller cuboids, which each cuboid can contain an element. Pag sinabi pong three-dimensional array, ito po ay may kakibat na block size, which is yung nandito po sa may sa may gilid. Then yung row size po and the columns. More dimension in an array means more data can be restored in an array. Next. Difference between 2D and 3D arrays. Pag sinabi pong 2D arrays, ito po yung positions of data element na referred po sa two indices, which is nga po yung column and the row, and yung 3D arrays naman po, yung block size, row columns, and the columns. Next, Sarina.
So let's jump into the implementation of array data structure. So what are the differences between list and array in Python? So in arrays can only have items of the same data, while in list can only have items of different data types. So in an array, it can only contain string type of data or integer type of data, nothing in between. If these two are combined, the other data type will not reach the element. On the other hand, list can contain different data type as long as it is separated by a comma and enclosed in a bracket. So array need to import array module explicitly. In list, no need to import any module. Array.array objects with many elements are more space efficient, and list consume large memory. So list has to have two memory blocks that needs to be accessed to create it, while arrays only store homogeneous data or only one data. Preferred for longer sequence of data items, and list preferred for shorter sequence of data items. And in array, arithmetic operations can be done directly, and in list, arithmetic operations cannot be done directly. And in array, modifications, additions, and deletions can be done element-wise. And in list, more flexibility, modifications, addition, and deletion can be done easily. Next.
How to create an array in Python. Explain ko po muna dito is yung code. Yung code po dito is, una po natin kailangan gawin ay mag-i-import po tayo ng array, and then next, lalagay po tayo ng parang yung value po na kanya, array1 sabay array.array sabay yung para maglalagay na po tayo ng mga nung sa loob po ng yung mga elements ng 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Para once po na nag-print po tayo ng array1 is sa output po yun ang lalabas. Based po dun sa nakita niyo pong output na yung po bago na print na yung I, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And then maglalagay po tayo ng for I in array1. And then lagay po tayo ulit ng print ng I, sabay end na po. Sabay lagay naman po tayo dito ng array2. Yung parang sa line 2 lang po, ganun lang. Sabay lagay lang po tayo ulit ng number dito para pag once sa print naman po natin yung array2 is meron po siyang mapiprint. Sabay lagay po tayo ulit ng for I, sabay yung end na. Dito naman po sa output niyo, yun na po nakita na yun na po yung array 1, 10, 20, 30, 40. Doon po yun sa pag-print po ng sa line 3. And then ito na po yung sa array 2, yung po yung 10, 5, 20, 30% yung po yung nandun sabay. The standard library of Python contains a number of array-like data structures with a variety of properties. Like yung sa string, Unicode character, arrays that are immutable. Bytes, array of single bytes that is immutable, the sequence of single bytes, integers in the range of 0 to 255 that make up a bytes object in a mutable. Their comparable to str objects in concept. Voice array, single voice array that can be mutable byte array. Parang ito na po yung ang pinapalabas po, parang pinapalabas po dito is yung sa single byte arrays po to. Pero ang nakalagay po dito sa code na dito is may array 1 po siya and then may array 2. Parang yung sa ang ano po kasi nito yung sa string niya is yung sa Unicode po siya daw ang character niya para sa arrays. And yun lang po. Next, Jeneline.
Append method. Ito po yung code sa append method. Yung sa array operation, yung import array. Tapos, yung sa may underscore array po, array.array. Tapos, malagay po tayo ng element which is the 1, 2, and 3, and 5. May underscore array.array.append. Tapos, ano po, lalagyan po natin yung sa close and open parenthesis ng 6. Tapos, ipiprint po natin yung may underscore array. So, magiging output po niya is array, yung element po na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pag inad naman po natin siya and how to add an array, which is yung code po is import array, tapos yung my underscore array is equal to array.array. Yung close and open parenthesis na element po na 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And sa my underscore array.insert naman po, ma-insert po tayo ng 0 and 0, 0. Kaya pag nag-print po tayo ng my underscore array, ang magiging output niya din po is madagdag po siya ng 0 sa unahan, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next.
Thank you, Jen. I-add ko lang din po itong 0 and 0. These are the parameters, meaning 0 yung idadagdag mo sa 0 location ng ating data. Next. Next naman po, meron po tayong dalawa pang method to add an element sa ating array. For third method natin is the extend method. From the word itself, i-extend po natin yung ating array. And ito po yung code, my array is equal to I. Lagi po natin hindi kakalimutan na iunahin yung import array. Then my array is equal to array.array. And ito po yung ilagay natin yung data, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then, isa pang data na my extend array. Ito pong my extend array, ito po yung gusto nating i-extend sa my array. Yun po yung ating objective. So, ito po, yung gusto po nating extend is 7, 8, 9, 10. So, para ma-execute, my array.extend, ito na po na na-call out na natin yung word extend, my extend array. So, print na natin is my array. The output will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, that is the extend method. Our fourth method is from list method. Import array. My array is equal to array.array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then C is 11, 12, 13. Parang combination to ng array and list, which is gusto nating ilagay or gusto nating i-add yung elements na nasa list sa ating array. Ito po yung list. C is equal to 11, 12, 13. My array dot from list is equal to C. Yung list po natin is yung C. Na-call out na po natin yung from list. Then C. Print my array. So as a result, array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from the list 11, 12, 13, napasok na natin yung elements sa loob ng list sa ating array. That's how you add an element sa ating array. Next.
Array operation, how to delete an element. Ito po yung remove method. Ito po yung code niya. Una po is maglagay lang po tayo ulit ng import array sabay yan po yung value ng my array.array sabay yung I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sabay my array remove. Kasi po ang Python list remove, ito po yung the first marching element, yung parang which is passed as an argument from the list. yan po yung nasa list niya, yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sabay, print lang po natin ang may array para pa once na niran natin, meron po siyang makuha output. Ayan po yung naging output niya. Array ay yung pong nasa line 2, yung 1, 2, 3, 4, ay yung 1, 2, 3, 5 na. Kasi po, yung 4, parang na-remove na po yun. Kasi po baga, yung sa list niya, parang kasama na siya yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dun po sa line 3 niya is may array remove yung 4 na po. Kunyari po, pinalitan mo ng 1, yung 1 po ang mare-remove dyan. Sabay, ang magiging output niya is 2, 3, 4, 5. Yun lang. Next.
Index method. Ang una po natin gagawin dito sa index method is mag-i-import po tayo ng array para yung gagamitin natin na array is gagana at di mag-e-error. And then, next ay maglalagay po tayo ng variable, my array, and next, lalagay po tayo ng array na or list na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with open and close parenthesis. And then, lagay po tayo ng print my array index 5. And then, lagay po tayo ulit ng variable na may array, yung kagaya lang po ng ginawa natin nung una. And then, lagay po tayo ulit ng print my array index. At ang index method po sa Python is searches for a given element from the start of the list and returns the lowest index where the elements appears. Yun lang po. Jello, nakamute ka, Jello.
Oh. Thank you very much for listening. Again, we are from BSIT 1C, reporters from BSIT 1C. Again, we are the team.
Para
Para
G.
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 Thank you po.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.